Hello, and welcome to Learning Science by Being a Scientist. In this video, we are going to explore how and why scientists engage in argumentation. Have you ever been in a confrontation with someone with whom you disagree, yelling back and forth with someone who does not agree with you, someone who clearly does not understand that you are right and they are wrong? Well, guess what? That may be what you imagine when you think of an argument. But in science, that is not what scientists mean when they engage in argumentation. When scientists engage in argumentation, it is with the purpose of communicating a claim about the outcome of something they have investigated, along with the evidence supporting that claim and the reasoning behind that evidence. If this sounds familiar, it's because we explored that before when we talked about how scientists analyze and interpret data. So how do scientists engage in argumentation? Without yelling and shouting at one another, that is. When scientists carry out investigations to answer their questions, they are collecting and analyzing data, usually applying mathematics and computational thinking, in order to come up with an outcome that helps them answer the question. When they are ready to communicate the outcome of their investigation, that is what they infer to be the answer to their question based on their data, they are making their claim. And let the argumentation commence. You see, when a scientist is seeking to answer a question through a fair test investigation, it is usually because she and the rest of the scientific community do not yet fully understand the answer to that question. When she has collected the data from her investigation and analyzes it for patterns and trends, she is ready to make an inference. That is, she is ready to make a claim at what she thinks is happening and why. But making a claim is not enough. Our scientist also needs to demonstrate how and why she feels her claim is valid or correct. To do this, she uses the data she collected and analyzed from her investigation as evidence to support her claim. Even then, that is not enough. Our scientist then needs to connect the evidence she has collected in a way that supports the claim she is making. That is, she needs to explain the reasoning behind how and why the evidence supports her claim. But what makes this an argument, scientifically speaking? Well, her claim and the evidence she has collected to support it can and should be evaluated by other scientists. This is a very important part of the argumentation process. Scientists should never simply accept what someone claims, even when that claim comes from another scientist. By examining the methods that she used in collecting and analyzing the data she collected, other scientists can evaluate how she collected and analyzed her data to see if there might be a flaw in her collection or analysis method. One way they might do this is to repeat the steps of her investigation. By examining the claim and the supporting evidence provided by our scientist, other scientists can consider her reasoning and see if she might have made an error in how she applied scientific principles to support her claim. And if they find a flaw in her reasoning, they can challenge her claim with counterclaims of their own. Of course, if they find a flaw in our scientist investigation and her data, or her reasoning, and if they propose a counterclaim that challenges her own, then these other scientists have a responsibility to engage in their own investigations to generate evidence to support their counterclaims. This is what makes scientific argumentation different from having a difference of opinion with someone. Opinions are largely based on personal feelings or beliefs about something, and this can be hard to find objective evidence to support. Scientific argumentation, on the other hand, is a rigorous process of collecting data to support claims that can be evaluated and supported through evidence and reasoning. But these claims are always subject to evaluation, testing, and counterclaims by others in the scientific community until consensus is reached. There you have it. Engaging in scientific argumentation is not about who is right and who is wrong. It is not about opinions or what a person believes. Scientific argumentation is a process where scientists' claims are stated and supported with evidence and reasoning while being subjected to evaluation, testing, and possible counterclaims by other scientists until a consensus is reached by the scientific community. Thanks for watching. Come back soon to watch more videos about what scientists do. And remember, the best way to learn science is to be a scientist, and that means doing what scientists do.